YouTube, what's up? It's Squids. How you doing? Today I'm going to be talking about the spring 2021 anime lineup. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 top ones that I'm interested in at this point in time. Whether it's, I know there's tons more coming out as well, but these ones are ones that I've kind of been anticipating for a while, and I think that are going to be worth your time and investment into getting into. So without further ado, let's get into that. So, starting off the list, I'm going to go with the one I've been looking forward to probably, I'd say, the longest since I knew the other studio got the rights to it. With everything going on with that. So we'll start off with Shaman King. This is obviously a reboot, and it's got the original music, the original voice actors. The animation is superb. This is one that I grew up watching as a kid, and I loved it to death. It was obviously a pretty popular anime, not as popular as ones like, obviously like I discussed earlier, excuse me, Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball, Cowboy Bebop, all that stuff from that era. But it's about you, and essentially he's trying to become the Shaman King. It's pretty much a shonen, obviously. Spiritual. It's got good plot. I probably, out of my top list, I'd give this one almost a 7.5 so far, since obviously with this whole list we are between 1 to 3 episodes deep into it, so I'm not going to obviously be able to in depth on the plots as much as I would like to at this point in time. These are just recommendations. And with these ones, I haven't read any of the source, like light novels or mangas on these guys. So I can't per se give you that, and I don't want to spoil too much. But that is definitely my first recommendation off of this season's anime. Secondly, we're going to move over to the next one. Obviously, I didn't say too much, but what do you do? Secondly, I'm going to go to Demon Lord. Obviously, that is one that we've been waiting. It's only been a couple of years, if I remember correctly, since we've gotten the first season of Hamato to Summon a Demon Lord. Another ICK. It's pretty much essentially the main character's name is Diablo, and he's got his 2 little henchies. It's definitely a very lewd anime fan service, but it actually has pretty good plot. The pacing's really good, and if you're into like I'd say a mixture of maybe High School DxD mixed with another one. Let's see, another good, maybe Reincarnated as Slime for the ICK factor, maybe. But essentially, all in all, I highly recommend it. We're only 2 episodes deep so far into this season, and so far I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for that to come out on Thursday. So for the next one, I'm going to go with 86. 86 is a futuristic sci-fi mecha that I've very much been looking forward to. I hoped with Jolly and the Franks a few years ago and everything that brought to the table that hopefully we'd get out of the ICK train and go towards more of a different genre, like mecha or something, but it didn't quite happen. And then I seen this was coming out, and I got pretty dang excited about that. That one we are 2 episodes deep into right now. It's definitely one where the animation is superb. Story build up and plot is definitely one that you want to pay attention to, because there is a lot to take in so far. It's one where you're going to have to actually process and digest it into your brain. The episode setup even is kind of weird, how they'll do about 50% of the episode, maybe 60, do the title of the episode as the splitter, and then go through the rest of the episode, do the credits. Usually have an after credit scene, or just roll the credits while it's going. But so far you got plenty of action. You obviously have Shin as your main character. She's the general, or lieutenant, my bad. And with that one you have these things. They are called juggernauts, and essentially the whole plot is like 86 are these districts and territories and such, and it's pretty much like the Aryan race. You know, you got these. If you didn't have gray hair, certain eye shape, etc., etc., you weren't a person anymore. Um, so they pretty much have to fight off these other districts and all this such while they control them, all the superior race. And I just find the plot very intriguing, and I feel like it's definitely going to take off very, very much. So I definitely recommend that one out of this list. And with that, we'll go to the next one that I have on my list, which is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. That one was, it's more of a, I guess, maybe not reverse, but it's almost like it's like a rom-com, but it's not at the same time. You got your main character, Senpai, and obviously Miss Nagatoro. And he's essentially a second year, and she's a first year, and she just loves toying with him. And he's obviously this innocent, really smart, kind of weebish character, and she just loves screwing with him, and she doesn't like screwing with anybody else, and it's kind of cool. I definitely highly recommend that one. There's not much to say about that one right now at the time, too. There's only 2 episodes in, but that one is one that is not the usual, and I like that aspect about it because different in mind thinking is something that I love to enjoy. It was senseless. That's why I'm not a huge shonen guy. Period. For the most part, like I don't watch Naruto. I don't watch My Hero Academia. As unpopular as as unpopular of a opinion that is going to be. I definitely do not, and this one is different. It's caught my attention. I mean, it goes good for both genders. So why the hell not? And then lastly on my list, I'm thinking about obviously the You Should Make a Rom-Com where the friend wins. I might have slaughtered that one, but obviously that one only has 1 episode as of this upload. And essentially the plot of that is this kid essentially falls in love with this girl randomly over a winter break, and she is essentially a writer. She's gotten really famous. She had an article in a magazine, and obviously she's way out of his league, and he falls so hard for her, and then she pretty much, I don't want to spoil too much for you, but long story short, the childhood friend has a love interest with him, and needless to say, he's trying to get revenge on her for fucking dating the other guy, and then with that whole aspect, the friend tries to be like, hey, it's my chance to jump in and get maybe something he wants, but in the long run I'm getting what I want. And it's kind of cool. I mean, obviously with only 1 episode it's hard to say, but it definitely drew my attention, and the animation was great. There's not much I can really whine about it, but there's also not much I could say about it at the same time without going too much in the plot with only 25 minutes of episode material. But at this point in time, that is going to be my top 5 spring 2021 list. If anybody else has any other recommendations for me this spring, I'd gladly take a look at it. With that being said, I mean, there's not much else. I mean, you got some spin-offs, like the Reincarnated is a Slime spin-off and a couple other ones. But these were the big 5 that I was really looking forward to. With RE0 being over, and as avid as a fan of that I am, it is it's gonna be another hopefully not, but maybe another 4 years. And thank God for the which is called translating the light novels over there for that. But yeah, if anybody's got any recommendations or anything like that, just let me know down in the comments below. I'll be uploading again next week. And with that, see you later.